Get those wubs going on, people. Yeah, we're going to say knobs a lot in this video, so you're going to have to get used to it. Did you know that when you are using keyboard instruments here like this soft analog, that we actually have some extra knobs here that we can play around with? And these knobs are different on every different instrument. Yeah, it's true. Now, if you're on an iPhone, these knobs won't be there by default. There'll be a little knob button up here in the top right. All you need to do is tap on that and your knobs will be displayed horizontally. Yeah, we're going to say knobs a lot in this video, so you're going to have to get used to it. So all of our different instruments here, if we tap on the middle button here, you can see we're in our Synth Classics. We can use this for a whole bunch of other things. So we go to our Synth Pads and we go to the Dace bar. Take a look at this. This changes now. We've now got the filter LFO, which is low frequency oscillator. We've got a mix knob, we've got attack, and we've got release. Now, attack and release are going to be on most of them, and we've talked about this before, but the speed of your attack is when you hit a key, how quickly it will actually come in. If we slow down that attack, hear how that slowly ebbs up, and the same with our release. If the release is there, and we let go, it's gone. And if you've got a really long release, you can tap it and it keeps going and going and going. There you go. So that's your attack and your release there. Your filter LFO and your mix. So you can change these as well. So if we turn this all the way up, we get a extra wub wub, and you can decide how much of that you want in there. Just a little or a whole gosh darn lot. Get those wubs going on, people. So, and you'll notice here that once you make those adjustments on your knobs, you've got this little dot here next to Dace bar. So this means that we can now say, I really love this sound, which I kind of do. I love it. I love my wubs. So what I can do is actually tap on this instrument, hit save, and then down the bottom here, I can call this Dace bar Pete Wub and hit enter. And there you go. It puts it down in our custom folder, and you can customize a whole bunch of instruments and make them your own and put them in here. Let's try this with a different instrument, shall we? So we'll come back out to our mix here and we'll hit the plus button. So if we want to add a new one, we're going to go across to our keyboards, hit more sounds here. Now you can do this in Alchemy Synth, but Alchemy Synth has a whole bunch of different options. So they have extended versions of the knobs. So if you want even more knobs to twiddle, go and check out Alchemy Synth. But if we're just here in our regular ones, let's go into our synth bass, shall we? What's a cool bass that we can bring in here? Why don't we go with the new wave bass? And this sounds like this. Pretty cool, yeah? And with its default settings here, you can see this time we've got cutoff, mix, attack, and release. So we can adjust the cutoff on this one. So if we bring the cutoff right down, yeah, we now get that sound. As we bring the cutoff back up, and we can mix in. So we can adjust all of our settings here. And once again, if we wanted to save this version, we tap that and then we save it out as a new version. Now, not everything is going to have knobs. Things that don't make sense to have knobs are things like your classical grand, because your grand piano, guess what? Don't got no knobs because there's nothing to play with. So it is your electronic instruments, but things like your classic rock organ, they have some more customized things because you've got things like your drawbar and you've got your more sort of, realistic distortion and chorus and percussion controls in here. So different instruments will have different types of knobs going on. Your electric piano's got your tremolo, chorus, decay, and bell. This one's really fun to play around with, and I've used this to create some cool, very chorusy, tremolo-y E-piano sounds like this. Get a bit of extra bell into there. So there you go. And the reason that this is really cool is that the more you customize and make your sounds your own, the less you have to worry about things like copyright. Because if you're using default GarageBand instruments, default GarageBand loops, default GarageBand beats, there's a high chance that someone else has used them too. So the more that you come in here and you tweak your loops, you twiddle your knobs, and you change things up, the less likely you are to run into trouble, because the more uniquely you can make your sounds. So there you go. Jump in, twiddle your knobs, and have some fun.